Hey guys, what is going on? It's me, Tommy, and today I want to talk about my summer. This past summer I went on a mission trip. It was the first mission trip that I've ever gone, and I've done a lot of traveling in the past. I've done South America, Central America, and just around the States and actually Europe now. And I have never been to Africa, and Africa has been a place that I've been wanting to visit. And ever since I was young, I knew that I wanted to do a mission trip. And because throughout my life I've always done service, I've always helped my community through various programs. I did a lot of community service in the Boy Scouts, and service has been a big thing in my life. And I was looking for organizations, and I found Give right here. I'm wearing their shirt, and uh, Give really offered everything that I wanted in a mission trip organization. You know, um, uh, they were going to a remote place in Africa, specifically Tanzania, and the community there needed a lot of help. And I was very lucky to find them. It was sort of by chance that I found this organization, and I signed up, and I was ready to go. And surprisingly enough, you'd think about somebody signing up for like a service trip, it would be people would be excited for you, but it was actually met by criticism. And it really astounded me that a lot of people were like, "Oh, why are you going to Africa? You can just help here in the States." And the thing is that it's not like I do nothing and then decide to go help some foreign country. I've strived to live my life and to continuously help the people around me, and so how I live my life is I help every day, every like moment I can. I try to help others. So it doesn't mean a lot of people, I think they have this misconception with people that do mission trips, and don't look at it as people are leaving and helping other countries. I'm doing everything I can to help the United States, but other places need help as well, and we shouldn't just neglect other countries. It was just, I don't know, it was just very off-putting, but I dealt with it. It's fine, but so got over that hump, and so yeah, I was on a plane 16 hours, and it took a 12-hour bus ride and a 1-hour boat, and I finally arrived to Zanzibar. Zanzibar is an island off the coast of Tanzania, and Tanzania is on the east coast of Africa. And I gotta tell you, wow, I was absolutely amazed where we were. We were right in the heart of a village called Cairo, and we were living amongst its people, and we ate authentic food, which was a lot of rice. Yeah, it was a lot of rice, and it was a very nice cultural experience. We weren't in like a hotel or anything like that. It was like a living facility that acted like a hotel, but it wasn't like a hotel company or anything like that. And it was truly amazing. And before I talk about some of like the service we did, I just want to briefly, really quick, touch on the big topic of travel versus vacation. So, travel is completely different from vacation. Vacation, you just go for like, I don't know, 5, 7 days, and you're in like a resort or you're in a hotel, and you just do all like the touristy things, and then you see a city, and then you just leave. I love to travel. I hate going on vacation. When I travel, when I go to these countries, I want to gain a cultural experience. I want to really see a city or landscape for what it truly is. I don't want to be stuck in tourist traps. And of course, everyone wants to do the sightseeing, and you have to your first like 2 days. But I try and avoid tourist centers and traps, and actually go out and actually talk to people. Become friends with other people. And unfortunately, you know, there's a lot of people that like go visit Zanzibar and they just go to the resorts and that's it. But what's really sad is that a lot of these resorts are run by wealthy foreigners, especially Europeans, and tourism has actually been booming in Tanzania and Zanzibar as a whole. And so a lot of these people are coming in and building up these really nice resorts and hotels. And unfortunately, a lot of the money that is being gained doesn't stay in the country or community because it goes off to these rich foreigners that probably never even step a foot on this beautiful land. So just be conscious and be mindful where you travel. There was actually a hotel, well, not really a hotel, it's a house that offers living spaces to people. And what's really amazing is the person, he's actually a native of Zanzibar, and he's moved away, and he owns these two beautiful homes. And what he does is he lets people stay in them when they come visit, and all the money that is made by people coming in and staying in his houses go straight into the community school. So, that's just like certain ways that you can go travel and also help the people because, unfortunately, sad truth is they do need help. And it's a beautiful, beautiful land, but it's plagued by a lot of problems. And, what I'm really happy about Give is Give really separates itself by going in and, asking about the community needs, saying what what do you want us to do, and it's a lot different than other organizations to just come in and just build something and have no village communication, just build something for them. And it's especially dealing with some of the people on Zanzibar that are very much cultured, centered, and very family oriented. It can be off-putting when foreigners just come into your land and you just start building things and then tell you to do something. They communicated a lot with the community and asked them what they wanted and needed, and they told that to Give, and then Give is now providing them with the stuff that they need. So they've so far built a well because this village had no access to water, and now they have access to drinking water and water in general, because where we were was extremely remote. It's an island off the coast, so a lot of its resources come from the mainland. So things are not easy accessible, especially these small villages are very, very far away from cities, and even the cities are very, very small. So they've really strived to maintain a very strong village and community relationship, which is very essential to helping a community. So anyways, to start with some of the service work that we were doing there, or that I was actually doing as well, there was about a group of 35 of us, and I gotta say, every single one of us were just absolutely amazing people. The guides were very, very impressed by our group. We were all very, very skilled. So how it was half the group would go to a school that was very far away, and they'd teach at the government school, and then the other half would do construction. So I did a half and half. I did construction mainly, but I would go to the school sometimes, but I'm not a teacher and I really don't know how to teach. So I did half and half. And first thing that I realized is that it really saddens me that I have to teach English at this really far country that you would never expect teaches English at these schools. I'm talking about Tanzania. Many of you probably have never heard of Tanzania, and but the sad truth is that a lot of tourism jobs, which as I said before, tourism has been booming in the country recently, so a lot of jobs have been opening up. One of the job requirements is to know English. So a lot of these kids who grew up not knowing anything are having to learn English just to have a job. And To make matters even worse, uh, the school, they have these national exams, and the math, science, everything, every part of the test is in English. So, can you imagine taking a national exam for a school in a completely different language? I mean, it's incredible, and I have no idea why they do that, but that's what they do. But it's crazy. But that's why we were teaching English. I'd also teach them computer skills. Some of the higher level schools had access to computers, and I helped them with that, and other people were helping them in math and science. So it wasn't just English, but we were helping them a lot with their English because we are obviously all English speakers. And so I also spend a lot of time with construction, and so we're building a school for the village where we were staying at, and it's because a lot of those kids they don't get educated, and the school is just so far away because these families are very, very poor, that they can't afford transportation. I mean, these people don't have cars, and so the bus is expensive too. And I mean, they're just trying to put food on their plates. So for 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 a lot of them, school isn't even an option. And so, uh, but we are trying to make it a way to work for them, and so that they can go to school. And anyways, so we were clearing a lot of area. We were clearing a lot of debris to make way for future building foundations, and we mixed a lot of concrete. Um, there was days where we just mix and mix and mix concrete all day because we can't afford the organization can't afford these mixed concrete trucks to come into this like remote place. I mean, I'm talking like dirt paths, like not these like clean roads, nothing. Like you're on these dirt paths to get to this village. And we did some roofing parts to the already like sort of like half built rooms for the school. And we did a little bit of flooring, and we did a lot in 2 weeks. We had a lot of great guys working all day pretty much. We made huge progress with that school. So I'm curious to see the end result, and be able to say that I had a part in building that school. And it's been really amazing how much Give has transformed the area. And the government of Zanzibar has actually been gaining some notice in a positive way. But unfortunately, things can get very political at times, But the vice president of Zanzibar actually went to the construction site where they were building the school, just to check up on things and make sure everything's okay. And seeing the entire village come together, I mean, it was really one of the most eye-opening experiences I've ever had, because I mean, I'm telling you, I'm seeing kids all the way from like 6 years old to like 18, just, and adults, any able-bodied person that day came to the construction site and were just doing whatever they could to help. And especially these really, really young kids. I mean, 6 years old, you'd expect them they'd be like playing and not worried about that. And I mean, they're like on their like knees, like washing the buckets, moving, taking the water buckets to like different parts of the construction site, cleaning the wheelbarrows, literally doing anything they could to help. And no one asked them. They did that on their own. And these kids, are willing to work to build a school. I mean, here in America, you have to drag your kids to school, and they're like physically committing labor so that one day they can go to school. And it was just truly amazing to see, and it really makes me realize how blessed I am to be able to receive an education. And I'll never forget walking into the second grade class at the government school we helped for the first time, and we all say about like being grateful, but man, seeing those conditions, I walked in, and immediately there's these like 50 kids packed into a small room, sitting on the ground. There's no desks, there's no chairs. It's very dark. There's no electricity. The only light you had came from the sun. And they don't have notebooks. Many don't have shoes, or they'll have like beat up sandals, and uh, you know there's the education system just really isn't there, and it's sad because they just don't have like the resources. And unfortunately, a lot of teachers don't get paid a lot. They have two jobs, so like sometimes if the other job requires them to do something, they can't make it to school. So a lot of these kids, end up, not being able to have school that day because their teachers don't show up. And it's just like this cycle just keeps going on and on about poverty. And even some of the more progressive schools and the high schools that have electricity, I remember one day I came in to teach computers and the power was out. And so me and some of the other volunteers had to on the spot make up an English class. And so that just shows you, I mean, it's crazy to think how much easy things come to us, where there it's difficult to just be able to do like simple, what we view here as simple things. And another instance is when these group of girls had to walk 7 kilometers just to go to school, which is about 4 miles. And many times they had to leave early and skip classes because they had to walk so much. I mean, 4 miles. So 4 miles there and 4 miles back. That's 8 miles of walking a day. So, I'm not gonna lie. I hit a low when I was there. I'm not rich, and I was there for 2 weeks, and I'm doing everything I can, putting a lot of time, effort, and money because I had to work, and I paid a lot of this trip with my own money and money that I've saved up. And I was I'm not gonna lie, like I was pretty just very like hopeless. It felt very hopeless being there because I'm putting so much effort trying to make a difference, and it's only going to affect a small community in a minuscule part of the entire world. I mean, back here in America, we still have problems, and I felt like my effort would just be a waste. Because I mean, yeah, you fix this problem, and there's so many other problems, and you help that one community, but the community across the other side of the island needs help, and then the mainland needs help as well, and the entire continent, the entire world needs help, and it felt very hopeless, and I'm just one person, and that's when I really realized how many problems there was that needed to be fixed, and I gave it my very best, but one thing that really stuck with me was the teacher that was there. We were about 10 or 12 days in, and it was getting ready time to leave. He said that we may not see the difference because we're only here such a short amount of time, but he said that we're all like drops of water in a pond, and every one of us is a drop, and we may not see the progression, but he said that from group after group, he sees the progress in these kids. So our efforts, aren't don't go to waste. And that really hit me hard because I feel like a lot of people feel that they can't make a difference, and I just imagine, and in that moment, I completely changed my perspective, and I realized that what I was doing really was making a difference. And what I'm starting to realize is that we don't have to go far to make a positive impact to this world, and we don't have to go through great lengths. Honestly, just reaching your hand out in your community to other people and just offering them a helping hand, that's how you can make a positive impact in this world. So I hope that all of you carry on and continue to make positive impacts, And I really highly recommend traveling, going on mission trips, and helping people as much as you can. And that may just be around the corner of your house or in some far remote area, but you know don't ever think that you can't help others, whether big or small. Just offer a helping hand and offer to help others. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy.